All right, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie here with Clockwork Calamity, our official local cosplayer, and we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And we are at our last day of Connuga, and we have the awesome privilege of interviewing Captain Steele and Maybell.
Yes.
You guys have a booth right across from us over here.
Yep. Con neighbors this weekend.
And and that's how we meet a lot of people. That's
Absolutely.
been really cool. And I've got, I'm kind of like getting uneasy just talking about it. Y'all have
we
kind
have
of
that effect on people.
you have like a sideshow kind of troupe going on where you swallow swords.
Yep, we are modern day sideshow performers. We travel all over the country, shocking and amazing people with classic sideshow stunts. One of those being sword swallowing, like you said. We are world record holding for multiple things in sword swallowing, but we also do fire breathing and human blockhead. We probably do a myriad of close to 20 stunts, and we just get the opportunity to come here this weekend and hang out with you guys.
I saw you. Have y'all been here before?
2 years ago we did, yes.
Okay, see, last year was our first year,
Yeah.
and then this is our second, and we didn't see y'all last year. What else do you do? Because I saw you actually. How did the thing go yesterday where you were pulling the car?
I'm here today, so I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, actually, yesterday was World Sword Swallowers Day. We celebrated it here rather than Ripley's, believe it or not, like we normally do. This year, we decided to come here, and I actually swallowed a sword. They once swallowed, they actually hooked chains to that sword, and I pulled a 3,400-pound 67 Impala across the convention center.
That was the supernatural car.
The supernatural car, that's
Is there
right.
a video of this?
Oh,
at
there's
all
tons of
anywhere?
video. It's actually all over the news media and everything today, but it's
I need
also...
to see this. I'm really bummed that I missed it.
Yeah, we had programming.
We had a
We actually had a
panel we had to go
2
to.
p.m. program. I had to miss it because we had to go to the programming, and I proposed to that lovely lady over there at the table. So-
Congratulations!
Say
I mean, did she say yes?
She did.
Okay, cool. All right.
I was joking. I told everybody that we actually live streamed it on our channel,
Nice.
and I told everybody, they said, "Well, did she say yeah?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah," but if she'd have said no, we'd have got a lot more views.
Absolutely.
So, what other kind of stuff do you guys have going on? I saw you carry, you lift things.
Right.
Like, with various means.
Eye socket weightlifting we do. That one we actually did, they may have seen before, we did on season 6 of America's Got Talent, along with another stunt, the weighted sword swallowing that I hold a world record for. That was done on America's Got Talent as well. We call it the human scale. So we did there. Pretty amazing. Ow! And
Shout out over there.
so, and basically, we don't just do cons. We do a little bit of everything. We love to drop in the middle of any culture, anything, because we all connect on a common bond, and that is a lot of us love the fact that we celebrate being unusual and being different and being ourselves, and so it allows us to travel all over and just really plug ourselves into anything and fit in with everybody, because we celebrate accepting people for their differences, and
Yeah.
that's why we do love the circus, is because they do accept people for that. That was one of the biggest thing, is just loving them, loving each other for the things that make us different, and then most importantly loving yourself for that.
Oh yeah, we love you guys to death already. I mean, we've been over here for the last 2 days watching your shenanigans,
Yes.
and
Lots of 'em.
yeah, I mean, there's been like seeing you've been lifting concrete blocks
Yep.
with the you've got the what is it? It's like a T-bar with a
Yep.
like a flat blade. Put it down in your throat.
Yep, that
and-
one is the one we call the human scale.
Yeah, you lift it, and I'm like, ugh. And I mean, some people are like, oh, they're styrofoam blocks or what. No, when they hit the ground, you hear it. Clunk, clunk.
Anybody who believes they can carry them to my damn car when it's over, because they are not light.
Not light at all.
That's another thing. You get a lot of naysayers, people who don't believe that it's legit.
We get some skeptics, but usually after seeing our show, they're very convinced that it is. It's real rare somebody sees our show and then still thinks, because we not only are trying to shock them and so forth, but we prove to them that what we do is real. And for example, the sword swallowing is one that people beforehand think that it may be. And you know, we have photos. Actually, the Ripley's, believe it or not, in St. Augustine, there are x-rays of me with 7 swords inside of my body and so forth. So yeah, we do have x-rays of this to actually prove to people as well.
Yeah, because I remember whenever I was younger and I saw a magician, you know, type thing, and he put a sword down his throat, and then come to find out it was one of those ones that rolls up.
Yep.
And he actually showed it to us. It was
Yeah.
like, look, well, that's how I did it. And so that's the first thing I think when
Absolutely.
I see something like that. But no, that's no.
Yeah, it's hard to get 13 of those to roll up in your mouth at the same time. So, and we do up to 13 swords at once.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is. Yeah, because you did 7 yesterday. And
7.
there's no way that could have. That
Yeah.
you couldn't have done it.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna say I'm a believer. Absolutely. Now, feel free. Clockwork. If you have anything.
I do have some things. So, in my experience with the modeling and burlesque community, I've come to acquire quite a few sideshow performers as friends. So I've been anytime I hear about sideshow, freak show, anything like that, I'm always like, I'm there for it, you know. So I've seen a lot of weird and crazy things. I have a question. That is there any sideshow stunt that you will not do, and why?
Anything that entices me or excites me, I'm definitely going to do it. The more it scares me, the more I really am going to do it. I created this career off of doing things that most people fear or think is impossible. As long as I can hold my head high, as long as I can show my children what I do. I don't like to do a lot of blood stuff. Number one, it's not my thing. I'm not into cross-contaminating. I've been a professional body piercer for 24 years, so that's been drilled into my head. So I don't do a lot of that. And we may, you know, like Maybelle, for example, she's not going to be the person who's going to be over-revealing or anything like that. We want our show and our pitch on the microphone and the stunts we do to sell the show. But as far as an individual stunt, there's not necessarily anything that, you know, as long as it falls outside of that I won't do.
There's stunts that we've done in the past that we don't anymore. Like Bed of Nails. They're just too big and too bulky and heavy and a tote around. So that's like a retired act. But
That's actually a goal of mine. I want to build one.
yeah, it takes a lot, you know. And
Yeah.
there's that. We used to do the human dartboard. We, you know, sledgehammer, smashing blocks on him. There's different things. So there are stunts that we don't currently perform. They're just kind of retired now.
Right.
That's
Fair.
one thing. How do you go from just regular everyday Joe to figuring out that you could swallow a sword?
You would have to ask somebody who was an everyday Joe. I have no clue. I have been weird my entire life. I told my mom at 12 years old, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. I
You
love
knew
it.
early.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't find Sideshow. Sideshow found me. And it embraced me. It was something that I truly loved and was passionate about. And I went to college to make my mom happy, and not long after that, I continued doing what I wanted to do, and I'm about to be 45 years old, and I refuse to get a real job still to this day.
How? I want to know. Walk me through that first time. The first time you attempted to put it. Have you ever had a bad experience?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I actually have been injured from sword swallowing when I was learning. The very first time was not successful, you know, just like you think. It would, you know, just getting a sword tip into your throat and gagging and choking and everything exactly like you think it would do for you, it did for me. The difference is I continued trying, continued pushing. It took me almost 7 years to actually, from the time I first tried to put a sword into me till I actually was successful enough to go on stage and have a pitch for the routine and to sell it to people. So it took a lot of time for me to learn that. So, you know, and that's the thing, is it is very real, and that's what we have to realize a lot when we're out there, is we do this weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend, and when you're doing it all the time like this, sometimes you lose grasp of how dangerous it really is. And so, you know, every now and then we do get injured, we do get hurt. Well, they say if you play stupid games, sometimes you win a stupid trophy. We've won a few stupid trophies for sure.
I got some pretty sweet scars, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
May I ask how long it's been since you've had a mishap?
Maybelle, actually.
Knock on wood.
Just getting over right now. February the 1st. She's been doing a stunt for 10 years of swinging a brick from a septum piercing, and about a 2-gauge hook that was in her nose filleted through her nose completely out, and had to have it completely stitched.
That was in front of a live audience?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Everything we do is in front of a live audience, just about. We don't practice. We practice on stage anyway, so, yeah.
One of my friends did earlobe lifting, and she recently had a mishap where they ripped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been a very good 6 months or so for lifting at all. Yeah. They're very good people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is a lot of people look at your act and they're just like, oh, he just started doing it one day and been doing it ever since. But no, you had to learn it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm still learning all the time. That's the thing, is we don't script shows, we don't write shows. We learn how to talk, we learn how to carry it. We get on a soapbox, we start selling it to the crowd, and then I pay attention to the crowd, and my show is adjusted and changed to depending on, you know, their reaction and who who the crowd is. Different crowds, obviously. When you're going and performing, doing motivational speaking for children at a school, it's completely different than when you're performing in a bar, you know, and so you have to adjust. These swords and these tools that I use, they're just tools in a toolbox. How I choose to use those tools depends on how I pitch it, and I change it up depending on what the job is.
Now, you guys are on Facebook, everything. We'll be posting your info in the video description, tagging you on Facebook and all that good stuff. Now, how, like, on like a day-to-day basis, do you guys have like a set schedule? Do you like go to show? Do you, like, how can people go and see your full act? Because I know y'all didn't do everything up here. This is just kind of like a free preview.
Right. Yeah.
What, like, I guess, like, how does one go about getting tickets? How much are they? Where do you go?
So we actually, there's a couple of different things that we have coming up, some really cool projects that we're super excited to bring everybody. But if you go to our website, captainandmaybelle.com, we actually have an upcoming events tab, and that has our entire calendar through even next year. So as soon as I book an event, I go and I put it on that calendar, and it's there. So once you click on that, you can go there, and if there are pre-sale tickets available, we'll link you right to it. We give as many details as possible. If it's an adults-only show, if it's family-friendly, if there's a cover charge, anything like that, all those details are going to be right there on the website. Coming up, though, we're most excited. We have a show in Noonan, Georgia, at a place called the Alamo. It's our Bonafide sideshow, where we actually do our sideshow, but we're backed by a live 9-piece band, May Haley's Grave. And so they actually play our pre-recorded music, but live and their way, and it's pretty incredible. And then while we're talking, they, you know, kind of vamp behind us, so there's constantly music going.
Yeah, it's a very, very unique, very unique show.
It's really neat, and we love it. It's something that you don't really see in the sideshow community right now. So we're excited to bring that. And then on March 24th, we're doing an incredible show called The Carnival Live at the River Center in Columbus, Georgia. There are tickets on sale for that right now. It's family friendly. But we're bringing 5 acts from all over the world. Someone from Queensland, Australia. Robin Sharp is a crossbow sharpshooter. We've got Alex Magala. He is a sword swallower as well. Got the Baron coming over from the UK.
He's a lifto routine.
Yeah, he does lifting routines. And then we've got Carissa Hendricks, who does a great Electra act.
And magician. And then
Maxim.
Maxim is a chair stacker that does the chairs stacked,
Oh,
tremendously
I've actually
high.
seen that.
So it's
And-
kind of it's really an eclectic mix of
And most of these
talents.
people have been on a lot of the national
Yes.
talent shows, America's Got Talent and stuff like that. Most of these people are very, very successful. Actually, all of these people are very successful in their careers.
Yes.
We're bringing them together. We're writing the show. We're producing the show. We're emceeing the show. We're entertaining in the show. And it's a huge opportunity for us. And it's going to be in this beautiful theater called the River Center in Columbus, Georgia, that we're doing. So we're very excited about it.
Definitely. But you can go, like I said, on the website and has all of our upcoming events, different conventions that we're doing. We're going to be in Charlotte coming up. We got a lot of traveling happening, so you can find us somewhere.
We're
I
always
promise, down
somewhere.
the road.
Do you have anything on the docket here locally, Chattanooga?
We're actually going to be coming back in April for Chattanooga, and this is a second-year event for that. We came out last year, and we're bringing an aerialist friend of ours from Atlanta. She's coming up for that, so yeah, I think it'll be pretty fun, and we'll be there back for 3 more days. So
Or are
come
you
out.
going to be doing is it going to be like this, or are you going to be doing like a full show?
Full stage shows. We actually
Yeah.
did full stage shows here as well every day
Yeah.
on the main stage. The shows you saw here
Oh, why did I
were
mi-
small
I
teasers. That's what I was wondering. Why did you miss it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We were waiting for you the whole time. We were waiting for you, and we just had to start the show, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, God. All right. God, I had one more thing I was going to
I have
ask.
a random question.
Yeah.
So, things that I have wondered in when I would do fire eating, it would obviously really upset my acid reflux.
Yes.
And so then you have to talk to your physician. How do those conversations go? Like, you ever have health issues that come up and you have to talk to your doctor and they're like,
We really
you try to.
don't go to the doctor.
I love. We don't. He goes more than I, but it's really maybe once or twice a year just to get, your cholesterol and all that good stuff checked out. His doctor's name is Dr. Body, which I think is great. It is right.
It's not like a stage name,
I
right?
don't know. It's like really his name. But finding him was a really good thing because we're able to talk with him comfortably about the acts that we do, and he's very non-judgmental. I think he's very fascinated with it himself.
We do find that doctors and people that are in the medical industry, those are the people who truly understand the danger of what I'm doing. They're the ones who get the body, the anatomy, and that we're doing something almost that's superhuman that we're able to do is things that normally the body is reacting to. I've learned to control involuntary muscles and things inside of my body to allow me to do that. And it's so much body conditioning and stuff. So, yeah, but if I usually have a skeptic, it is a doctor at a show because the doctor is thinking, I know how the body works, and you are not doing that, So we'll see that quite often as well. So.
I'm hoping that this doesn't pick up too much. I'm going to kind of take just a slight breather to where this loudspeaker quits.
Absolutely.
I don't want it.
There we go.
Are we done?
I think we're good.
Okay, now I want to say, I've been watching this loop over here. That's America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah, we actually, season 6, 2011, we were on America's Got Talent, made it all the way to the quarterfinals. We've done a lot of things you guys may recognize. Another one, the movie Catching Fire. I'm the fire breather in it, as well as the new Jumanji movie that's out right now.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen Catching Fire. It's been a little while.
Yeah, you go back, you'll definitely recognize it. Another movie that came out this past year, Houses October Built 2, we did as well. The Ripley's Believe It or Not book that is currently out, Shatter Your Senses. We are the featured write-up in it. We got the largest write-up, 4 pages in it, so you can see a lot of stuff.
Find at our merch table at any convention that we're working, or you can find it at Walmart, Sam's Club, Barnes & Noble, or your Kroger. Yeah, it's true.
There you go.
She does really good on
Nailed it.
the salesmanship
Nailed it.
there.
That's it.
Every group's got to have one.
That's
Okay.
it.
What was that like going on America's Got Talent? Was that different than like your typical show? I mean,
We had a great experience
It was really
with
good.
it. A lot of people in our industry don't have the best, always the greatest experience. Our experience was unbelievable. We went in, we knew exactly what we were dealing with. We handed it to them on a platter, and we went to have fun. We went to use them as a stepping stone for our career. and it worked. So we were very proud of how we were represented, how we looked, and it's sold tickets and merchandise and got us gigs ever since. We may not have won our $1 million, but we're slowly chipping away at it over time, and because of it, a lot of people know who we are.
Even what, 8 years later now, I can be in a Dollar General, at 10 o'clock at night, and little old ladies, didn't I see you on this show? Absolutely. Can I take a picture? Absolutely.
All right, so you have something else?
I have
'Cause-
one more question.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I understand it's part of the show and you have to come see the show, but do you have any acts that are in progress that you have not performed yet?
Yeah, we've got a few. There are some new sword routines that we are working on. We are working on some whip trick routines, some new stuff like that as well.
Some
And
stunts that he's done in the past that I'll be incorporating more for myself.
now we're transitioning over to her doing. So yeah, there's a whole lot of things we are currently working on as we speak.
And constantly writing,
Anything
Yeah.
you'd like to share?
No.
No.
Part of it is the mystery.
That's it.
I
I'll be
appreciate
shocked and amazed if you know everything.
That's it.
I appreciate the try, though. That was good. Okay, so I've noticed you have a sword in your lap.
Yeah,
And I think is this something, this is something that we've never done on Untitled Nerd Network. I'm not going to do it, just so y'all know.
I might try later.
Yeah,
Just
I
kidding.
mean,
No, I'm good. It took you 7 years. Maybe by the time I collect Social Security, I might be able to work it out. So, okay, what we're gonna do a sword swallowing here. Is this something you have to be standing up for?
Not necessarily.
Do you need to? Because
No.
I can move the camera a little.
Why don't we lean the camera back, and that way you can remove the sword.
you want to be part of the act?
Don't look at her.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to help.
I'll do it.
I'm not gonna let you carve out
God, I
there.
gotta be careful though. I'm like, I'm not a pro at this at all. Do we need to stand up?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, lean the camera back a little bit.
That should be good. We'll end the broadcast like this. I kind of want to.
We're gonna record Lonnie's reaction up close and in person.
All right, my friend. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to take this sword, this 30-inch sword with a 24-inch solid steel blade. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this sword, I'm going to raise it high into the air. I'm going to put the point into my throat. I'm going to begin to push and force this thing inside of my body. Now, as I do that, it's going to push my voice box forward, continues traveling down, actually separating my lungs, even nudging my heart to the side. It's so close to my heart, sometimes you can even see the beating of my heart through the sword itself. But that's not enough. You see, this isn't just any interview. This is quite special. So we're going to continue pushing and forcing this inside of my body. But something amazing happens then and only then. You see, my friend, at that moment, your esophagus actually turns and goes in the left side of your body. This guy right here doesn't bend real well. So you're going to see me massaging my internal organs to accommodate the straightness of the blade to the point finally rests in the pit of my stomach.
Now listen, Lonnie, though.
Oh God.
There's 2 rules.
2 rules.
2 rules, Lonnie.
Okay.
Number 1, none of this.
Okay.
Number 2, none of this.
Okay.
'Cause
Don't
I'm gonna
push
take-
and don't twist.
And I'm going to bow down right with this. You're going to grab this sword. You're going to pull that guy completely out. You're going to raise it high into the air like you're Xena the Warrior Princess today. And we'll all get through this.
Okay, let's do this.
All
She's here,
right.
so I feel safe.
And just remember, if this goes wrong, your fingerprints are on the sword.
It'll get more views.
That's it.
I didn't mean that.
All right. It's true. Stunts go wrong, get a lot of hits on
dear
YouTube.
God.
I've got a few. Dozen.
Boy, this is more
All right.
nervous than I was when I
All right,
proposed.
here we go. And this is the part of the show we always say the same thing, that is down the hatch without a scratch. Raise it up in the air. Hey, there you go.
Awesome.
Great job, great job.
Oh
Well,
man,
thanks
I
so
was
How do you feel?
Shit, he
very
messed it
similar
out
to how I felt
with
24
sword
hours ago. Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't
Neat.
expecting that.
It's a lot heavier than you thought, too, huh? I
It
think
was.
sometimes
Yes,
people
it
aren't
was.
sure.
I can totally vouch that is not a fold-up sword.
Hold-up sword. Magicians use those.
Yes, no,
have
we're not a
fancier
magician here.
shirts and-
Usually that are glittery or sparkly.
yeah, I got a wife beater on.
You're the real deal. Well, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to lean in and kind of click the end of the stream. If I could, I'd like to get a picture of you guys afterwards,
Absolutely.
and to put on our Facebook page, do all the tagging and networking and all that good stuff. But again,
Absolutely.
thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you for having us.
Thank you
It
very
was,
much.
fantastic to meet you guys.
Absolutely.
I might have
Passing
some
over, like,
questions
all
for
this.
you guys here in a little bit because, like, I'm just like,
All right.
I'm gonna know everything.
So, anyway, I'm Lonnie with the Untitled Nerd Network here
Clockwork
with our
Calamity.
local cosplayer, official cosplayer. You got to scroll over
Yeah.
here towards a little bit.
Hi.
Clockwork
Yeah.
Calamity, here with Captain Steel, Maybell from the group over here. We will have all their info in the video description. Check them out. We'll be sharing it all over Facebook. Awesome video, one of the coolest ones I've ever done.
Well, thank you
And,
for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another Connuga interview with Dark Princess Theater, John and Hope Holloway from Dark Princess Theater. Again, thanks for watching.